Well, I think I've got all my wood now. She wanted it 12 inches, which that be about right. I wanted 12 by 24, which that's pretty close. Once I get it all trimmed up and everything. I've got walnut, maple, and cherry, and these I believe are the most common woods for a cutting board. This is my first cutting board. I'm experimenting a lot with this one because it's my first. I'm not charging her anything for it, just so I can experiment. The wood, this stuff right here, this cherry was given to me years ago, and when I got it, it was old. So I don't know how old this cherry is. These other two, I don't know. But I think they're going to work, and I think they're going to look nice. So that's where we are for now. Well, I think I've got my pattern set out here the way I want it. Okay. I've already run them through the planer, and so I've got all the sides I want cleaned up, so we're ready to glue. Using Titebond 3, it's a waterproof glue. Well, I hope that I've got everything looks tight, all the joints, and so hopefully they are. So far, the gluing has been the hardest part. Well, it's been a little over 24 hours. I think we can take this off. Everything looks nice and tight. There you have it. Nice and smooth. I think the wood blends together. Got a little snipe down here I got to be concerned about. Of course, if I had an outfeed, it would be a whole lot easier. Kind of pleased how it looked. My original thought was to cut these and kind of make a checkerboard out of this of some sort, but I don't know yet. Maybe I won't. Maybe just sand it down and just leave it like it is. You sure you want to go out? Huh? Okay. All right. There you go. Go. Told you it's cold. What? What are you trying to say? Well, I've been cutting on this I shortened it by 2 inches. You can't tell it now, but I had a pretty good little snipe in the back of it up, or on top of it up here on one end. So I thought maybe I'd just get that out. So I put this little chamfer on here. That's on there, and I put that, this is on the bottom, and I put that on there so that when it's sitting on a counter, you know, put your finger on that chamfer and just pick it up. And you can pick it up from the side, or so you have some kind of way to maneuver it. I'm going to round over this a little bit. The juice trough, we're still thinking about. I don't know if I can do that or not. I got a jig I saw on the internet. If I can get that done, I can use it. This is just been sanding it with 120. Now we're going to 220. And once I finish with 220, then I'll go to 320, and that'll probably be it. And we're going to spray this grain. The water will bring the grain that's loose fibers, will bring it to the top, so that once we resand it again, make it smooth, we shouldn't have any issues after that as far as the grain rising. If it happens to, we'll just resand it again, then put oil back on it. Not a big deal. But supposedly this will keep you from having to go back and sand it again. On my charcuterie boards, I did have to go back and sand one of them. The grain slightly raised a little bit. Going back, I resanded it, re-oiled it, no problem. Now I'll let this dry, and then I'll come in and sand it. I'll probably sand it my next time, probably sand it with 320. And then that'll be the final sanding, and then we'll put oil on it, and this project will be done. Okay, well, everything is dried out now. Let's start with this final sanding. That's nice and smooth. That's baby butt smooth. Now we're going to 320. What do you think? What do you think about this? Yeah, you like that? This is the new, the new board. You like it? I know. What do you think about this side? You like that one too? Wow, that is very, very smooth. It's turned out exactly the way I wanted it. Well, what I have here is mineral oil. I know there are some things that are probably better, but this is what I have, so this is what we're going to use. Kind of brings that grain out, doesn't it? You see that? This makes that grain pop. Well, I finally got up nerve enough to try to put in the juice groove. I'm laying down some double-sided tape here. Well, I've cut this board to the size that I need in order for the router to go around and make the juice groove where I want it. So I'm going to anchor this. I'm trying to center the board in the middle, this little small board into the middle of the cutting board. I've got a little 6-inch ruler that I've taped off 4 1/4 inches on there so that I can measure it all the way around. From end to side, it's going to be 4 1/4 inches, and that board will be in the center. From there, I'll take the router and run it around that board, and we'll get my juice groove perfectly stationed where it needs to be. I think it's 3/4 inches from each side and from each end. And I'm having issues with the double-sided tape. It's not sticking, and I think that's because I already oiled the board once. So it's not sticking to the table saw either, so I've got to come up with another way. I saw this trick on YouTube recently. You put tape down on your piece here, on both pieces. You put CA glue on here on one side, and then you put the accelerator on the other side. Glue the two pieces together that way. So we're going to try that and see how that works. Well, it's tight. That part will work. Well, at least that worked on that one. Now we're going to do it on the bottom. So what I'm doing, I'm putting tape on the board itself. And then I'm going to put tape on the table saw. I'm going to put CA glue on one side and accelerator on the other side. Press them together, and that's going to hold them tightly. Might be a good idea to put a piece of tape on your finger so you're going to be spreading CA around. Everything is tight both ways. Let's just hope this don't come back and bite me in the butt. I only got one shot at this, so let's see what I can do with it. Well, check it out. Worked like a charm. Awesome. Don't worry about it. If you get any CA on your wood, you know you can just sand that off. Awesome. Oh, that worked like a charm. All right, now all we gotta do is sand this sucker and it's ready. Well guys, that worked like a charm. Might want to consider it if you hadn't used it before. I got it off YouTube sometime back. I saw some people do it, but boy, am I glad I thought of that, because I had no idea how I was going to stabilize that thing, because put tape on both sides of the board, glued the tape together with CA glue, and I held it very strong, and was able to get the job done, no problem. Just a couple of little rough spots in here that need some attention. Other than that, it's pretty good. Well guys, I think we're going to call it a day on this one. You see the corners here, it turned out really well. But all in all, I am really pleased with how this thing has turned out. I'll be back with you in a few minutes once I get this, get some more oil on it. Do a little bit more sanding, then I'll get some oil on it. And we'll be done. Be ready for delivery. Once your project's finished, you gotta brand it. Okay, we got our stamp on there. Turned out good. Now let's oil it, and I think we'll be done. Well, I got this white mineral oil from Amazon. It's food grade. I've already put one coat on here. We'll make sure we have plenty. It'll be a good time to test that juice groove out. Looks like it's working fine. Well, thank you guys for watching. This has been a pretty fun build for me. It's the first cutting board that I've done. Definitely the first one that I put the juice groove in there that looks perfect. I want to thank you for watching, guys, and if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button, the like button, and you know, send me a comment. Tell me what you think about this thing. So it's been great, guys. We'll see you next time.